sure most of you know who he is, but if you're not aware who he is, that's okay. I can give you brief origins, or maybe not even an origin, but like a quick story of this character. And that is none other than the Sandman, aka Flint Marko. So we have the Sandman from one of my favorite cartoons, and that is from the spectacular Spider-Man animated series. Flint Marko, a criminal who just goes out there robbing banks, trying to get that big score he always wanted. Until Hammerhead made a deal with him to give him superpowers that turn him into the Sandman he is today. there is. Oh, yeah, there is. See? Just goes up and down. Instead of just having that little gimmick, why can't you just hold the arm around? But oh well, like this other arm over here does. Oh, that's a very realistic sand. Just by seeing the hand and all those little holes, it's already giving me chills. It reminds me like trypophobia or something. That is not a good feeling. I'm already getting the chills just by looking at that. Yeah, but the sand detail is really nice though. He's running in sand. But like, the details in his leg is just so nice. Really, really nice. I don't know if I would like it. I would like the figure to have regular legs or just sand legs. But I think I'm okay with this version of Sandman. One thing I do want to point out in this figure that you see his belt. Why is it green? Like the little metal belt right here. Why is that green? In the show, it's like just brown. Maybe they just forgot how the color looks. But oh well. Flip Marco. A super villain that only cares about having a big score. Never really cared much for Spider-Man, but he only did if he gets in his way, which he does multiple times. He takes what he wants, and nobody gets him. No one gets in his way. I gotta say, Sandman is one of my other top 10 favorite supervillains. He's like so cool. With just sand power. He's not a, what do you call it, I forgot the name. It goes by Swift Changer, no. Body Changer, no. I forgot the name. Shift Changer. You know, like how in the Batman they have Clayface and he can change to anybody. Well, unfortunately, Sandman doesn't do that. Or maybe he does, but just only with sand. Like you can only see him in his sand transformation, but you don't see him like as a normal. Like he doesn't transform into another person. If that makes sense. I forgot the name of it. Oh god. Well, hopefully it comes to my head. If not, then I apologize. But yeah, Sandman, Flip Marco. He comes in, I think, episode 5 in the Spectacular Spider-Man. Not much love for this character, but you know, I'll be that person to give him love to show that this figure is awesome, to show how appreciated this figure is, just like any other figure I own. Now he's showing in the face that he's a bit discolored in his eyebrows. But oh well, I think I'm just gonna have to paint that over or not. I like his iconic shirt though. That green shirt was light green stripes, just like how in the actual movie Spider-Man 3 does. Speaking of that, let's do some comparisons with the Sandman, with Flint Marco. And you know, as I mentioned, Spider-Man 3, let's bring out the other Flint Marco from that. And that is Thomas Hayden Church from Spider-Man 3, our portrayal of Sandman. Now, of course, we're dealing with a well, actually 3 if you want to count a Happy Meal toy, but I don't know if that matters. I'll probably show that in another video if anything. Now, this Sandman is kind of broken because you know back here there's a little button. It's supposed to go up and down. It has to go up and down as I press this button, but you know, just to get that out the way if you're wondering what this button back here. A flip marker. Alright, let's compare it to another character, to another figure. And this one's a good one. I want to compare it to the Rhino. Now, I don't have the Rhino from this toy line, from this Sandman, from this Spider-Man toy line, but I do plan on getting him. I actually plan on getting all of them. Maybe not the Venom, because I'm not a big fan of that Venom version, but you know, we're getting off topic here. Let's just focus on the here and there for now. So, we got the Rhino here, from that same toy line of Sandman of Spider-Man 3. Well, I think this is just from the video game, of course. And we also had the Flint Marco Sandman. They were both, I want to say, not friends, or maybe friends if you want to put it that way, but they were like acquaintances of each other, of helping each other out, and robbing and stealing from stores and banks to get that big score they always wanted, until Hammerhead encounters them and take them to a body shop or a lab where they are transformed into the monsters that you see here, Rhino and Sandman. I think he goes by the name Alexander, or not Alexis the Savage as the Rhino. But either way, he's still a great figure. Rhino and Sandman. Pretty cool duo, if you ask me. Okay. A retro Spider-Man figure. A very light, colorful Spider-Man. Focus. A red and blue figure of Spider-Man. Battling against the Sandman. Now, this is a good height for Spider-Man. I always like the protagonist being the smallest against antagonists being the biggest villains. You get some punch like in the show he does, and then he shows like kicks him or something. I don't know. I'm not having so much fun with this, but yeah, Spider-Man and the Sandman. Next up we have Mr. Freeze, not from Marvel, but from DC. Just a quick comparison. Of course, Mr. Freeze would be able to take on the Sandman since he could just freeze him. But that wouldn't be a fair fight because he has actual powers that he could throw long range. Well, Sandman too, but I still say Freeze is a tough opponent for the Sandman since he could just freeze him up just like that, just like the way he did with Clayface. Speaking of Clayface, here we have Clayface actually from the Batman animated series 2005. You know what's funny? Well, I don't think it's funny, but it's coincidentally the creator of Spectacular Spider-Man and the Batman are both from the same producer, Greg Weisman, creating Clayface and the Sandman. That's just a little fun fact for you guys. But in an actual fight, who do you think will win? The Sandman or Clayface? I've always been intrigued to see villains fighting another villain with similar superpowers. That will be interesting. But either way, I think there was a point in the show where at the end of Sandman facing Spider-Man, like there was a machine that drops a bunch of like like cement paste or something.